Videogamelover58 here, and welcome to my review of the Sega 32X version of NBA Jam Tournament Edition. This version came out the very start of 1995, and according to the Wikipedia and other places, it says January 1st of 1995. I'm not sure that's true or not, but we're going to go into that. So just like with, games like Mortal Kombat 2, Primal Rage, WrestleMania Arcade game, NBA Jam Tournament Edition basically is an upgraded version to the Sega Genesis version. But there's actually quite a number of differences between this version and the Sega Genesis version. The main difference you're seeing right now is that this version has background scrolling. That was not present in any of the other versions before the 32X came along. So this version has background scrolling. That was like the one thing that they were advertising literally in the box art, was it was saying that it was able to do background scrolling. Also, the roster is a lot different. The main key factor of this version, I feel, is the sprites are a lot bigger. The images and the quality and the colors are a lot sharper than the Genesis version. It plays very, very well. It plays, I think, even smoother than the Sega Genesis version. Although the Genesis version plays very well, this version, I think, plays even better. It just feels a lot smoother, and I feel like the controls are even more spot on than what they were on the Sega Genesis. Everything else is, like, there's a couple of new music tracks in this version, but then the music you're hearing right now, this was in the Sega Genesis version of NBA Jam Tournament Edition. But yeah, the graphics are a lot more polished in this version than the Genesis version, and it just controls a little bit better. So now I'm going to show you the Sega Genesis version. So as you can see, the sprites are a lot smaller and the scrolling is not present, obviously, because this is the Sega Genesis. So although it plays well, there isn't scrolling or anything like that. So what they advertise on the box, or they are not exaggerating. You get what they advertise in the box for the Sega 32X version. I was like amazed of the upgrade, because some people will say like Mortal Kombat 2 and the 32X was just a little upgrade to the Sega Genesis version. This is a monumental upgrade. But I was like weirded out playing the Genesis version after I was playing the 32X version. I consider this to be one of the best versions of NBA Jam next to the Sega Saturn version. The only problem with the Sega Saturn version, although the sprites are even bigger and it plays well, there's some loading times and the physics are a little bit iffy, such as trying to score behind the rim doesn't work as opposed to the Sega 32X version. Now, you are going to pay a little bit more than the Genesis version. You can get the Genesis version very dirt cheap, but the 32X version you might have to pay a little bit more because it kind of got a little pricey as of late. I was able to get my copy for $20 loose. I've seen it go for like $30 loose. So be on the lookout that you will be paying a little bit more for the Sega 32X version. But yeah, in my opinion, this is one of the best versions of NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and I consider this to be one of the best games on the Sega 32X, and I highly recommend it if you find this in a very good price. So yeah, anyway guys, this is Videogamelover58, and I'll see you guys later on my next review. Peace.